Soul Eternal. John Edwards, the voice behind a generation, dies at 80. Atlanta, May 11th, 2025, by Harmony Blake, Culture and Sound magazine. John Edwards didn't just sing, he testified. With a voice dipped in velvet and wrapped in sincerity, he turned simple love songs into sanctified moments of soul. Today, the music world bows its head as we say goodbye to a legend whose voice defined the rhythm of romance, heartbreak, and timeless groove. Edwards, beloved lead vocalist of The Spinners, died Sunday at the age of 80. He passed away peacefully in his Atlanta home after a lengthy struggle with complications following multiple strokes. His death was confirmed by his family, who shared that his final words were, "Let the music live on." The man behind the mic. Born in St. Louis, Missouri in 1944, John Edwards began his career in the 1960s, performing on modest stages before carving his way into the soul spotlight. He had the kind of voice that didn't need studio polish. It soared effortlessly, whether backed by a band or just a room full of silence. After a solo stint that gained moderate traction, fate intervened when the Spinners came calling in the late 70s. Edwards stepped in as lead singer after the exit of Philippe Wynne. A tough act to follow, but Edwards didn't try to replicate. He redefined. Chart toppers and crossovers. With Edwards on the mic, the Spinners struck gold. Tracks like Working My Way Back to You, Cupid, I've Loved You for a Long Time, Then Came You, Leave Tour Revival, found their way into the hearts and dance floors of millions. He had a voice that could cut through noise. Urban radios, quiet living rooms, concert arenas. Wherever it played, his voice demanded attention and affection. Flowers. While he lived in 2023, Edwards and his Spinners bandmates were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, finally receiving the recognition that critics had long called overdue. Edwards, already weakened by health struggles, was unable to attend the ceremony, but in a recorded message, he thanked fans with grace and emotion. "I never sang to be famous. I sang to feel something, and I'm grateful that you felt it too." That sentiment alone earned a standing ovation inside the hall. Tributes from every corner. As news of his passing broke, tributes began pouring in across music communities, both old school and new wave. Tweeted, "The soul in that voice, unforgettable. Rest well, John Edwards." Posted on Instagram, "Legends like him built the road we walk. Thank you for every note, every truth." Bruno Mars, whose sound draws from the very era Edwards helped shape, shared, "If you've ever loved, danced, or cried to a slow jam, thank John Edwards, the gentleman of soul." Those who knew him describe Edwards as gentle, humble, and spiritual. He didn't seek fame, only purpose. He rarely gave interviews, preferring instead to let his music speak. He also mentored several young R&B artists quietly, never asking for credit, just offering his wisdom. In later years, he became reclusive, focusing on family and faith, still listening to records, still humming harmonies that nobody else could quite replicate. Legacy beyond the charts. Beyond awards, John Edwards' true impact lies in the way people felt when he sang. His songs were part of weddings, breakups, reunions, road trips, and Sunday cleanups. He lived not in the spotlight, but in the soul of his audience. In a 1981 interview with Ebony, Edwards said, "A song, if it's honest, will live longer than any of us. That's the kind of music I want to make." He did, and it will. Final days, final words. Surrounded by his wife, Darlene, and their children and grandchildren, Edwards spent his last days reflecting, smiling, and listening to records from his own collection. Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, Aretha. He reportedly whispered just before passing, "Let the music live on." Those 5 words now echo like a benediction to a lifelong career of authenticity. A life set to music. A public tribute concert is being planned in Detroit, where the Spinners first rose to prominence. Musicians from across generations are expected to perform and celebrate a man who never wanted the spotlight, but became a beacon anyway. His family has asked for privacy, but expressed immense gratitude for the outpouring of love from fans. A scholarship fund for young vocalists in Edwards' name is also in the works, according to family representatives. Closing note. John Edwards didn't just join a legendary group, he elevated it. He didn't just sing songs, he sang stories. And while he may be physically gone, his voice remains pressed into vinyl, embedded in playlists, and etched into memory. Some voices fade. John Edwards will echo forever.